Did you know that over 6 million people in the United States were adopted at birth? Did you also know that 1 out of 3 members of the population have parents who are separated or divorced? If you fall into one of these 2 categories, you've probably felt alone or abandoned at some point in your life. Others have felt the same way. Let me share with you what they have found, as well as my own story of healing. Welcome back to the Outdoor Catholic. When I was a little boy, about 7 years old, my mother and father told me that I was adopted, and I wasn't really sure what this meant at the time. All I know is they told me that I was special, they chose me, and that they loved me very much. And every year in November, we got to celebrate an adoption day. An adoption day was just like a birthday, where I got to go to the store and pick out a small gift. It was also very special because we invited some of the neighborhood kids over to the house to celebrate this adoption day. As a few years went by and the neighborhood kids started asking me questions like what happened to my real parents, they called me an orphan, and I soon developed the identity of being an orphan, which made me feel lost. It made me feel lonely. It made me feel abandoned, and I really wondered what happened to my real birth parents. I started asking my mom and dad, what happened to my mother and father? Did they die in a car wreck? Did they not want me? Did they not love me? So for several years, I had this feeling of being lost. I started to have bouts of depression, bouts of anxiety. I no longer wanted to celebrate Adoption Day. All the kids in the neighborhood made fun of me, and I wanted to keep my adoption a secret for a very long time. Fortunately, because my mom read scripture to me, I remember her saying something that Jesus said. Jesus said, even though your mother and father may abandon you, I will never abandon you. This was the greatest news I could hear when I was 17, 18 years old, because I realized my identity was not that of an orphan anymore. My identity was as a child of God. God is our Father, Jesus is our brother, and we are all members of God's family. This gave me hope. I had hope knowing that I was taken care of no matter what, that I always had a father who would look out for me, who cared for me, and I could turn to at any given moment. I had an amazing sense of gratitude, and I wanted to share this joy with others. In Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5, God said, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I dedicated you." God chose you, and He loved you from the very beginning. So let me give you some words of encouragement. Regardless of your genealogy or your family tree, we all share the same Father in heaven. He loves you very much. Just know that Jesus Christ was also rejected by men, and He shares in your abandonment, but He wants your companionship now more than ever. He loves you unconditionally, and He will always welcome you back into His arms. No matter how many bad things you have done or what terrible things have happened to you, He is always there, open arms, waiting for you. Being part of God's eternal family will bring you tremendous peace that goes beyond any understanding we have on earth. I pray that you have a future full of hope, a hope of residing with God the Father in heaven. God bless you.